The Progress Report.
All right, well, I am super honored today. You know, we got Skipping Class presented by the Progress Report. One of my alumni guests, Scarfo Da Plug, you know, he's been here 2 times on our show. I think we gave him one of his first interviews, and I always appreciate his music and his grind. But today we have his mom and we got his little brother. So go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hey man, Zeta Connect, man. We tuning in with skipping class. Not that we only skipping class, we skipping school, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Nisa, they call me Mama Plug around here in these streets.
Respect. Y'all all look alike too.
Really?
Yes.
That's what they say.
When I see him come in, I'm like, damn, I had to look twice for real.
Wow.
Man. How y'all doing tonight?
I'm alright, man. I'm fresh off the plane.
Okay.
I'm all right. I'm hanging, you know.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
been a rough year.
Yes, ma'am.
So today has a lot of emotions because this is the first interview post him leaving his body. And to be honest, I'm not sure how I feel. I'm just being 100% honest. Some days I'm angry. Some days I'm sad. I have not cried every day since my baby left his body. Some days I'm wishing death. Some days I want to forgive because I know what's right. So to answer that honestly, I can't just say it's all good because it's really not. You know, it's really not. He was the oldest of 6, and I'm holding everyone kind of still up emotionally. The breakdowns come and go, but we're honored for his grind. We loved how he went after it, you know? So when you think about the goodness that he did and the lives that he touched, I'm proud at times, you know?
Respect.
But the emotions, baby, it's a roller coaster because you got betrayal, you got lies, you got deep hurt because it would be different if it was just a random attempted robbery and my baby lost his life, all right? But this is some real deceit, you know, and some real hate. So I'm gonna be honest, how I feel?
Hey man, long little plug. We're gonna keep it going though.
Damn right.
But you know, we ain't gonna let, you know,
How you
emotion.
feel?
Yeah.
Honestly, I just feel like we gotta keep it going, stand up and stay strong. Like, we can't let emotions make, you know what I'm saying, permanent scars too, though, you know, make permanent decisions too. Like, you know what I'm saying, like how them young niggas was, they made a permanent decision,
Yeah,
you
they
feel me?
did.
Like
It was ego.
and
I believe it
like-
was ego. And your ego can rob us.
Man, what?
Because it's not even that my son just left his body. You have 3 other lives that really lost their lives.
Yeah.
And you got a whole crew of niggas that ain't going nowhere because they crossed the anointed one. I'm just going to speak it what it is. The one that had the brains out of the crew and the words and analogies and metaphors and real words to kick a door open for the whole crew. Now you have not just so him leaving his body, you got 6 other people, 7 other people that, come on, lost motivation. I'ma say it plain, music ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You got division now because there was trust amongst some and then some that didn't receive some. So to be honest, I can't sugarcoat it. Him leaving his body messed up, I'm going to speak it plain, the whole New Atlanta, the whole East Side. Everybody that he rolled with, something has happened to since, or they not going nowhere. I'm not here for the smoke, but I'm just here to let you know how I feel. Anybody that know me know I'm going to keep it 100% real,
Right.
right?
Respect.
So, yeah, emotions.
We want you to come skip class with us and share your story on our new segment called Skipping Class.
Look, we want to talk to all the artists, indie or mainstream, or if you're an entrepreneur, come build your brand with us and tell your story to the world.
You'll also get the shot in our locker, and you'll get promo clips for all your fans. So DM us today or visit our website, tprmediagroup.com. Get locked in with us.
first and foremost, let me just say I appreciate y'all for being here and talking with me. That means a lot. You know, I respected Scarfo's grind. I went to every listening event that he was letting me know about.
That's right.
And, you know, during the interviews with him, I respected the motivation that he gave everybody around him. And I just liked him, you know what I mean? So I appreciate you guys for actually being here. That's dope.
That means a lot to hear you say. That means a lot.
No, absolutely.
We appreciate you for having us.
No, absolutely.
Honestly.
Were y'all able to check out any of our interviews before?
Oh, of course I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
Respect. What did y'all think about Scarfo actually getting into music, and when did he decide to make that, you know, commitment from y'all perspectives?
Well, I'll be honest. Scarfo always was a good writer, right? So he wrote his first hit in our house when he was 9. When he was 9, he wrote his first hit. It was just a hook, but we sung it probably till he got to high school. We sung the hook, right? You remember the hook?
I lost my million.
He said, how it go?
I lost my $1 million. Make me wanna holler
Every day. Every
night.
So he always was playing with words. And that was at 9. I honestly had higher expectations, right? I felt like, son, you could write, but... Okay, I grew up in the 90s, just to be honest, right? And I know there's no way out of this but death or jail. I know that, just because the era I grew up from. And I know that this is somewhat of this is a spiritual war thing when these brothers that have good hearts go and try to flirt in Satan's kingdom. And he spoke it in a lot of his words because he was prepared. When I say he was prepared, it's like I gave him the good and the bad. I said, look, you know, son, I'd rather you go to Kennesaw State. When he left my house, he graduated school traditionally from MLK. I sent him off to school with some coins, a car, and said, make it happen. He got in Kennesaw State. We have some of his original team over here supporting us right now that's been there since day one from the dorm room. And when he called me and said, Ma, I'm getting some buzz. I want to leave school. I really was heartbroken. I really was heartbroken because I knew there was nothing I could do to stop him, for one, because I know my child, right? And once he makes up his mind, that was it, right? So I felt like I needed to embrace it in order to not lose my child. Right. Because I wanted to be there for every part of the journey, right? Every part of the journey. So I was happy and sad at the same time.
Respect.
Right?
Respect.
Yeah.
With his content and music, you know, sometimes after a person passes away, did it go up? Or did y'all notice a shift in any of the numbers or anything like that?
It went up. I believe, okay. So legally, there's some things that, like his distribution company didn't do what they probably should have done.
Got you.
And I'm wrestling legally to get some things worked out.
Okay.
But his back catalog, yes.
Okay.
He owns his publishing, that what makes him very unique, right?
Good,
So
good.
right now we're working on things where maybe it can be licensed to movies, and we pulled in some other professionals to help us kind of sort all of that out.
Good.
So I will say it has stayed steady, but I know people waiting for something new. So he left us with, man, we got some stuff.
I was gonna ask, do y'all have his music, his hard drives?
So
Yes.
yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, he got a lot of music coming.
I know he do. The last listening event that I went to, I want to say it was like up the or around the corner or something like that, and we ain't getting none of that music yet. So
It's coming.
okay.
It's coming.
I say
It
by
needed
the
to be
summer,
sorted out. No, I'm saying this. I want to release something this weekend, to be honest.
Oh, word.
Silently, just quiet as kept, even if it's just a
Gotcha.
single.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. We were so traumatized,
Yeah.
we couldn't get to the business of him
course,
yet, right?
That's natural.
So we were dealing with losing Nas. I call him Nazi, you know. So the house was dealing with losing Nas and Nazir, because when he came home to home, man, You know, he would just kick off his shoes and ball up on the couch and turn on football. So he was always Nazi. So the unit, I would be honest, this is the running joke. So when he come through the door, it's like, so what adventure have you been on? You know, so we all sit around the couch waiting to hear the stories. Like, what adventure, what's been going on in your world? So that is what we miss more. We miss the person. So now, there's been some visitations and dreams. So it's like, Ma, you got to get on with it. You got to finish it. And then my phone would just randomly start playing Make It Count constantly. I turn on this Pandora, Make It Count be on. I hook my phone up in the car. I wasn't even listening to him. Make It Count would come on. I said, wait a minute. Is he trying to send us a sign? For months, no matter what I went to play, Make It Count came on first. And then a light bulb went off. I was like, oh my God. He's telling us we got to make this count. Don't let him have been here, passed through. Make it count, Ma.
Right.
You know, so we're working on it.
Respect. Respect. What did you think when you saw the interview that I did with RX Peso?
I felt he was avoiding the answers. I'm going to be honest. I felt like to stay neutral. Now, don't get me wrong. Nas, Scarfo, and Peso make good music together.
Absolutely.
They have a chemistry that was undeniably something that could have went to the moon. And I believe will. I mean, could have, would have, will. I don't know what word to use, but it's undeniable that they had a chemistry. I just feel others that Peso was attached to couldn't receive the light that Scarfo carried. And people saw the chemistry, right? But I believe there was hate from day one from some outside people that were connected to Peso, which put Peso in a very bad spot, right? Now, I'm going to be honest. He has tried to his capacity to keep it as 100 as he can. But I feel he just was avoiding some answers and some honesty. And no doubt, I believe he may have some hurt. Because, so, I just feel like he's in a rock in between a hard spot. And he doesn't know what to say.
Got it.
Right? And he still wants to make it. He still got a career he's trying to salvage. So I respect Nephew for still trying to stay as neutral as he can and deal with his mourning and his feelings, as best as he can.
For sure.
So out of respect for the brother, I will say, keep going, Nephew. Just keep going.
Definitely. Whenever I would go to any Scarfo event, Peso would be there.
Right.
And whenever I would do an interview, me and Peso got a relationship going back. I think I knew him before Scarfo.
Right.
And he would always bring up Scarfo.
Right.
So I know it was respect.
Yes.
Everything else, I can't account
We can't
for
count for it.
but
Me as well,
Right.
because I wasn't in the room.
For sure.
And, I just feel that he was torn.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I feel like some of his other brothers maybe, I will say this. When somebody carries a light or when someone is just talent, there's a lot of hate that comes with it.
Yeah. Facts.
Now, someone that may not be intimidated because they know they carry a light and they may be just as talented,
Right.
they can vibe with somebody that, carries the equal light. But when you have some that was looking at one light to push through a door, and then you got one light looking at another light to open up the door, then you got conflicts from the ones that was looking at one light to open the door. And that's just to put it as simple as I can. And that happens all the time. Come on, we know that happens in friendships all the time. Females deal with it.
Oh, yeah.
We just not picking up guns, shooting each other.
Right.
But females deal with it. And as a female, I've dealt with that.
Oh, yeah.
So, and being his mother, I've dealt with that. I'm a hairstylist by trade, so I've dealt with a lot of the tug of war in the shop and the this and the that. So I can only imagine in the streets for a man, it's it's intensified.
Different.
It's intensified.
Did you know what Scarfo was doing in the streets though? Did you know?
Yeah, I know y'all saw the porch interview
Yeah.
where he talked about I saw him by the shell, and so yes, I will not sugarcoat it. Yes, was I happy? No, but I'm also not a, what's it when you say you're not a, I'm not a hypocrite as well.
Right. Respect.
Right? So I'm not a hypocrite. So I know what he was exposed to, and I know the genes in which he come from. So I know that, like he said, that shit is in him, that shit wasn't on him. You know, it's just what you choose to sell. But that salesman was in him, it wasn't on him. No one had to juggle away with words, that shit was in him, it wasn't on him. So I wasn't gonna be a hypocritical mother saying, nah.
Right.
Because of course, we came here when Scarfo was 3
Yeah.
from New
got
York,
you.
very young, right? So I know I left New York trying to say, okay, we're gonna change this narrative. And it don't matter where you try to raise them in what suburb, once something that's in them is woken up, once that shit in you and you get a whiff of it, you say, oh shit.
Yeah.
So I saw that happening. And then I'm a young mom. We grew up kind of neck and neck. I had him at 21, you know? So
My mom too.
yeah, so that's a different type of relationship. And all the other children have a different version of mommy.
Of course.
So him and this one have a version.
Right.
Then you got another two that have a different version, right? So I know there was some exposure there, baby.
Absolutely. I'm the oldest too, trust me.
So you know, you saw a little bit more than your baby sisters, I'm sure, brothers. Right.
Respect.
So yeah, I knew,
Okay. Respect.
unfortunately.
Respect. What are some misconceptions about Scarfo Da Plug that the general public might not know?
Right. He was very much of a gentleman, right? He carried himself sort of like, watch your posture, sit up straight in the room. You know, like, I believe he looked like them, but he was set aside different and raised different and sent to them. So I believe there was a set of manners and skills and chivalry that he carried that he probably dumbed down when he got in certain crowds, you know? He was raised in a 2-family household, regardless if it was dysfunctional or not. I'm married to my high school sweetheart. So he knew the importance of a unit. That's why he was so adamant about, we gotta do this together, y'all.
He wanted a team. He really wanted a team and kick down the door, like, for real. Like, that's what he wanted. To this
So
day,
he's a team
I
player.
kind of feel like to this day he like put the team together, like the real ones, like, you know, it's there, like, you know what I'm saying? The brothers is here, my real brothers is here, they right here, the day ones. Like, when we came from New Orleans, we came with everything. We came with our own swag.
We didn't come from New Orleans, we came from New York.
We came back from New
Oh, we
Orleans.
came back from New Orleans, yeah.
When we moved back.
We moved to New Orleans for a while.
We moved to New Orleans. When we came back 2014,
Right.
we went to MLK. We came with our own swag. Like 2014, he just networked. When he just networked, it was just, you know what I'm saying? It was just it was him. He was just him.
Yeah, he definitely lit up any room.
He was him. Everywhere he went, anywhere he
lit
go.
up any room.
Anywhere he go. Since MLK.
Since before MLK.
Before MLK.
Yeah, since before MLK.
Before New Orleans.
But you know, I
New
think
Orleans.
a misconception.
Somebody gave me this
I was gonna ask you about that. You look just like your brother. You know, I know I said that off air. But look, put that poster
Somebody
on.
gave me the poster, man. Somebody gave me a poster when I was just in San Francisco, man.
Wow.
Long live Plug. I just came back. I'm fresh off the plane. Fresh off the plane, mama. Hey, man, y'all know what's going on, man. Long live Plug. They gave me, somebody walked, they was like, dang, man, they been tuning in, but they was like, man, they was gonna get this for you, and they got it for me, man. The Plug got it for me, man. Plug tuned in. He know what's going on, man. Y'all know what's going on. Long live Plug for life. Nah, for real.
Mama Plug, I know you was about to say some misconceptions.
Yeah, I just think some misconceptions. He wasn't all that he rapped about,
Got you.
right? I believe he wasn't all that he rapped about. I believe he was a great storyteller and knew how to get the point across. He was very, very, very intelligent. I mean, 2 points shy of a genius. I had him tested because I couldn't believe some of the things he used to do in his youth. So one day he said to me, he said, Ma, I think we fooled the world. And not so much fooled them because it was reality rap in a lot of ways, but the way he told the story was like, oh gosh, where was I when all of that was going on? But it was just the way he put the words together. And I said, well, wow, I guess it did happen, but did it happen like that?
Right.
You know, so I think that he wasn't just a dumb, another life that passed through, you know. I believe he was very intentional. He was very intentional. Yeah, he was very intentional.
Respect.
He moved with precision. Yeah.
Facts.
And I gotta shout out my man Gambino. He was the
Amen.
reason why I was able to even have a relationship with Scarfo.
Oh,
So
shout
I
out
don't wanna
Gambino.
forget him, 'cause
Shout out to
he definitely
Gambino.
introduced me to him. He invited me to every listening
Oh,
event.
shout
Yeah,
out
he
to
need to tune
Gambino.
in.
Yeah,
He
no,
need to tune
Gambino's
in.
solid.
Yeah, Gambino's solid.
They was telling me
Scarfo
about
heavy.
him. He was telling me about him. And I was like, you know, I just came home. Like, I ain't just come home. I've been
Gotcha.
home like almost
Almost
a
a
year
year.
now.
Okay.
The
welcome
first
home.
would be the year. March 1st would be the year.
Coming soon.
Facts. I came home 2 days before it happened.
After.
After it happened.
Got you.
After it happened.
Oh, it was
Facts.
tragic.
Got you.
Oh, it was
2 days after it
tragic.
happened. And I just talked to all of them.
Got you.
It hurted my heart bad. Like, it was crazy.
Where was y'all at when y'all got the news? And
I was on my cell bunk. Finna come home. It was crazy.
Right. I was sleeping.
It was crazy.
Now, I can go back to the night that it happened. He generally FaceTimes his baby at a certain time. He travels a lot. He had just had a baby.
Yeah.
So he generally FaceTimes around bedtime, and which is 10 o'clock our time. And if he's in LA, we know that's 7 o'clock. So we was kind of wondering why 10:30 came, there was no FaceTime. So we got a call that said, well, he left with, y'all know the names, I'll spare the names. He left with them, and it's just been too long, right? It's just been too long.
you know your son.
And I said, well, I was just texting him. And then I'm like, son, why are you not texting back? Because we talked throughout the day. Oh, man, so much throughout the day we talked.
Didn't he just land or something?
So I was in bed when I actually got the call. The coroner called his baby's mother, Haley. Shout out to Haley. She was a rider. She been there since day one. Shout out to Haley.
I was gonna ask about your relationship.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
come on, get to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, when you get to it, it's coming. But shout out to Haley. Haley received the first initial phone call, and then Haley FaceTimed me. It was 3:44 our time, and so that time and these weeks. So for this whole year, we have been up through that hour every night. Either we're up till past 3:44, or at 3:44 we waking up. So that was a really hard night for us all. But I began to immediately hear him. So because he was so special, he didn't just leave his body and go. The same way you have your way on this earth, and I'm here to testify to y'all, this is my living experience. If you have your way while you living in your body, when you leave and go into the spirit realm, there is a window where you can have your way. My baby came to me and gave me step-by-step instructions and verbatim words. Told me what happened. He told me it was a bad decision and greed is what brought me here. Ma, stop crying. You got to finish it. Tell my brothers and sisters to stay in school. There's no way out if they don't stay in school. There was some specific instructions. And how I know it was so real, because I was hearing him, you know, dudes was trying to get back over here, right? So when they called me and introduced themselves, said we work in the situation. My name is Detective XYZ. I said, well, did you make an arrest? And he goes, no, but we're closing in, right? I heard my son, like he was on my shoulder. Ma, tell them they at the airport. So the detective goes, well, just call me if you hear anything. Is there anything I can do for you, Mrs. DeFerris? And I said, no, it's okay. And then he said, Ma, tell them. I said, oh, they at the airport. They on their way back here. You need to shut down the airport. 10 hours later, they called me. Ma'am, we made an arrest. You was right. They at the airport. They was at the airport. We arrested them at the airport. Right. So I'm here to tell you that he had his way in the spirit days after. He directed his own last dance, as he called it. He said, Ma, don't call it the funeral, call it my last dance. He directed it. He told me what he wanted to wear, how he wanted it. You know, so I was hearing him so clearly that I know if you have your way on this earth in your body, when you leave, you will have your way. You will have your way. So him leaving, I've never experienced a loss so close, part of me. It's like I had to give part of me back to God, right? And I not to go too with y'all, but me giving him back, it's been the hardest thing that any mother can do, right? But I don't look at it as he's dead, right? Because only when you're separated from the Most High are you really dead. So he spoke to me and said, Ma, I never let go of God. Don't worry. He said, why are you still crying? You gonna leave your body too. I just left first. And when I heard that, now this is months later. After we did our homegoing service, I'm still walking around the house. I haven't left the house for a year almost, it feels like. And he said, Ma, you gonna leave your body. Y'all all gonna leave your body. It's what you do. Make it count. You're going to leave your body, too. So I began to process it a little different, just a little different. And it made the days easier, and it made me able to coach the other children to accepting the fact that all of this is borrowed. You can't take it with you, and you're going to leave your body, too. You're going to leave your body, too, right? You know what I'm saying? Newsflash, nobody makes it out alive. So he said, stop worrying about how. He said, stop worrying about how. He said, because how's not important, because everybody leaves their body. And he just kept saying that. And when I heard it that way, because I never heard it that way, like to leave your body. I just never heard it in those words. And then it made me think about how he always smiled and, you know, he joked. And so it was almost like he was telling me like a joke, like, lady, I could just see him smiling. You gonna leave your body? What you tripping? You tripping, make this shit count, bruh. There's talent coming behind me, Ma. Everybody didn't even get the art of hustle from you the way I did. You gotta pour into the other 5. You know, I got writers, I got a rock star, I got dancers, artists, drawers, you know, I got a little bit of fashionistas, models. I got a little bit of everything in this clan. So he said, Ma, just give them what you gave me, because what you gave me was the art of hustle, and I knew how to navigate. He wasn't winging it. He wasn't figuring it out. He would go in the room, he would plan, he would execute the plan. He said, I need to be in this circle. I need to be in this friends. I need to, you know. So I thank everyone that kept it real with him and embraced him and helped his talent move along. You know, because it took all of us to manage him. It took all of us. He was that demanding, persistent. It took all of us. And, you know, he was a little man, so we had to deal with the in the house, you know, like, bruh, you don't know you this big. So we dealt with that. It took all of us to manage him. So respectfully, I just want to thank everyone publicly that helped him along his journey. For real. It means a lot to know that the love he gave out, because he genuinely carried love. So the love he gave, even though there was just as much dislike maybe, but there was probably more love. You know, I mean, you know, you have love and hate, right? It grows together, but there was a lot of love. And even after he left, a lot of people expressed that to us. So it helped us, right? It helped us get through.
Yeah, facts.
I was going to ask your relationship with his child's mother.
Oh, yes, Haley. So she's my second daughter.
Okay.
My third daughter,
Respect.
because I have two, right? And that took time. Because for a few years, I just was like, oh, his little friend is over there. You know, it's brown mommies. Yeah, his little friend. And then no matter how mean I was, she just kept coming back and would say, thank you for having me. every weekend.
That's what's up.
Thank you for having me.
Good for her.
So yeah, she pressed through. We love you, Hales. She's Hales in the house.
All right, big sis.
Big sis, yeah, she's Hales. She holds us down.
Respect, because I remember the last interview we was talking about that. He's a father. I'm like, oh, that's what's up.
Oh man, he loved that baby. He loved Adair. He was such a proud. I actually just got a text from someone that lived here with him, a female, that said he was so happy when he became a dad. She asked for pictures of the baby and asked how she was doing as I was on my way here. And it just felt good to read the words that she said, he always talked about you, Haley, and Adair. And that baby acts like him. She's got one crooked foot and walks like him. She's bossy, she's one. She knows all her words. It is amazing. As soon as he left, her vocabulary shot up 100 times more than what any normal 1-year-old. She knows all the words. I've never seen a one. I have 6 kids. I'll tell you, I have 6 kids. I've never seen a 1-year-old like her. So I know that if when we leave our body, we can choose where we go or where our strength go, oh, there's no doubt that he is hovering over that baby. And Haley's a good mom. She's had, it's been a rough year for all of us. So I can only imagine that, just to speak for her, because she wanted to be here, but she had to work. Shout outs to Hills. Again, we love her, man.
Respect.
We're going to carry her through. We're going to make sure any dreams she wants, the house, the baby, we're going to make sure they good.
Respect.
Yeah, home team got her.
Respect.
And I'm grateful for that, bro, because, man, you have baby mothers that get gone after this might happen.
Or anything.
And be on to the next quick, I mean, she was there through every bid. Now that you ask me this question, it made me think about Hales. Hales has been a rider. Baby, I remember she had one time we was trying to get, I don't know if it was bail money or whatever, she was selling them shoes, her prom dresses, bags. She was solid. But see, sometimes you can take that for granted when you're in the thick of things, right? And hindsight's always 20/20. So I will say that, man, they've been together since she was 14 or 15.
Oh, wow.
She been around, baby. And Mom Dukes was trying to be like, Mazzy. But I love her, man. She held on.
Respect. I admire your strength, for even being here talking to me. I know plenty of moms, unfortunately, that lost their kids, and especially in situations like this. So I admire your strength.
Thank
you
you
for, choosing me to talk to me. Like, that means a lot.
Thank you.
So,
Actually, I believe I heard him say, call her.
That's real.
Yeah, I heard him say, Ma, and I knew you gave him his first interview, so it was like, Ma, call her. It would be ideal that you do another one around my year. So I put this week was ordained and destined for it to be this week, and the first interview needed to be you. Because I got some other ones that...
His birthday, March 21st. We're going to have something
Okay.
like a celebration.
Well, I'm trying to get a venue. Yeah, we're going to keep you posted. Yeah, I would love for your support so that you can... Because we don't have access to the Instagram.
I'm trying to get that.
So this is the problem. So we definitely need the local home team to help us reach the people. And we negotiate him out of his label deal because he had just signed a deal 109 days before he left. So he's out of that deal. We have the rights to release music independently. So that was that was a holdup as well, to see what they wanted to do with Trap Jesus and how we can buy it back, because all the other masters he owns, that mixtapes that he did and things like that. So we will need some outlets to help us get back in touch with the people as we begin to drop musics. We got NFTs coming. Okay. He got a legal strand coming. Nice. And some other things. He has merch and designs that he was working on, because he already knew that if this don't work, Ma, I'm gonna have to phase out into something. He spoke to me and said, if I'm not global by the time I'm 25, I'm retiring, right? And he left maybe less than 30 days before his 25th birthday. So I just feel like there is a responsibility for us as the home team, his brothers that's on the sideline supporting us right now. It's somewhat of a responsibility for us to keep it going, to make sure that his words get out there. So I don't know if people will be listening to Scarfo years from now, but we got years worth of music. Or we're going to take the words and give him the bro. We're going to make sure his words get out there, you know? We're going to make sure the words get out. So definitely thank you for allowing us. You know, I'm honored that you had us and responded so quickly. You kept it definitely 100.
For sure.
And I thank you for that.
Absolutely. Man, this was beautiful.
Thank you.
y'all again.
Thank you so much.
Anything else that y'all want to say to the people?
Yeah, and long live Plug, man. Free my brothers, free John, free
Oh,
Jordan,
yeah.
free the real ones, man. Free baby George, the real one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Free
We
Lil,
miss y'all.
free Lil Jaden. And my Lil Jaden just
Jaden.
caught one. Free Lil Jaden.
The whole crew, it just seems like
He was mad and angry. He just,
everybody's been angry.
everybody was angry. Just,
But we love y'all. We love the
love y'all.
people.
My
We love the
brothers.
fans. We love every
the
text,
fans.
every inbox,
Yeah, I
every
got so much
unreleased
love.
song that was sent to me. I just want to shout
Facts.
y'all out right now
yeah, facts.
because people have sent me the music that they've done with them, and
Yeah, I got so much love and support after a little support after bro passed. Like people came and reached out.
to you, right, to help you.
Yeah, people text out and people reached out. It was some love.
Respect.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it's been hard
Respect
for
that.
this son. I mean, he did 3 years and then come home 2 days before his
Yeah, I
brother
feel like
left.
I feel like I gotta keep it going though, for sure. We gotta keep it going, and I feel like I'm Uncle Dad. I gotta.
Oh man, yeah, he's Uncle Dad to 2. We got 2 grandbabies over there.
What a day, the little girl, man, she love me. She look up to me, she be like,
Uncle
she just all she do is
Dad.
she be grabbing my hair like, where your puss at? That's all she be.
Yeah. She's hilarious.
She hilarious.
Man,
think
she's
I'm-
hilarious. I'm gonna send y'all some pictures and things. Yeah, so y'all could keep us in a loop.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please do.
Shout out to Gambino. I like to
Yeah, shout out
public.
to Gambino
I like
again.
to publicly
He's
shout you out,
Absolutely.
Gambino. And me and Gambino have had some words.
Of course.
Just because
That's normal.
emotions
That's
and
I get it.
so I want to publicly shout you out, Gambino. You kept it nothing but 100. Gambino, I recorded while Scarfo was in jail. I did the intro to both of the mixtapes, and Gambino was a liaison in between setting that up and making sure I was taken care of while. I don't know if Nazi was locked up or however the fact he was not here in Atlanta, and Gambino worked it out so that we can get it done. And he reached out, and every email that he got after that Scarfo left, he made sure I was in the loop of things. So I will say emotions, as we said earlier in the interview, to try not let emotions take control. I will say emotions took over, and peace, Gambino.
Respect. Nah, I'm sure he get it.
Right, he'll
I'm sure
get it.
Get it.
Yeah.
I'm sure we're gonna make sure we share this with him as well.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank y'all
So
again.
thank
for
you
your
so
time.
much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we thank you for having.
We'll be back. How we
skipping
say it? We
class.
skipping class.
Skipping class and school.
The progress report.
I got kicked out every year.
Oh Lord Jesus, Jesus. Thank you guys.
So,
The progress report.